Hello everyone and welcome to today's Viva Connections and SharePoint Framework bi-weekly sync. My name is Gary Trinder. I work for Microsoft as a developer advocate focused on Microsoft 365. Today is July the 10th. So today we have a packed schedule. We've got the usual community project updates. So we're going to go through all the PMP projects. We're going to have picture time with Together Mode, and we have two demos for you today. We have Swami, who is going to do a session on SharePoint intranets with SharePoint Framework, and then we have Sudharsan, who is, again, SharePoint Framework, building quick links experiences. So looking forward to both of those. If you are new to the community, well, you're in luck. We have tons of content that you can get involved with. We have everything from videos to places where you can have discussions, open source projects, sample galleries as well, so see what people in the community have built and shared. And across all of that, you only need one link to get to all this information. So the one link to remember is aka.ms/community/home. This is the community landing page. You'll get access to all the links, all the repositories, all of the content, and even the schedule for this call and other community calls that are taking place. You can also find us on social media as well. So we've got several social media accounts that can help you keep updated with all the latest changes. Like I mentioned, we have other community calls that take place. We have the weekly Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community call. This is where Microsoft speakers, folks from product groups can come and do sessions straight to you in the community. So if that interests you, go and get the invite from the community website. We've also got monthly calls for Power Platform, Office add-ins, and bi-weekly calls. We have this call, which is the Viva Connections and SharePoint Framework call, but also the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community calls. The one link to remember to get to all of these invites is aka.ms/community/calls, and be able to put those in your calendar so you don't forget them. Speaking of next week's call, the weekly call, we have 3 demos. So we have the first demo from Aisha Bash, who's one of my colleagues in Microsoft 365 Developer Advocacy. It's going to be the start of a series on custom engine agents, where you're going to be able to use Azure AI Foundry in your custom engine agents. So she's going to do that first session. Then we have Gisa Samanasan, who is covering SharePoint Hackathon and a Microsoft 365 Education Hub agent. And we also have Emily Shirkanowski, again from the SharePoint Hackathon, showing off the VistaPoint digital workspace. And if you would like to present on one of these calls, then please let us know. Go to aka.ms/community/request/demo. You will get the form that you can fill out. Fill out that form. We'll get back in touch with you and find you a slot to come and present on one of these calls. And don't worry about the topic. If you just think it's something that can be shared with the rest of the community and be Microsoft 365 focused, then people will want to hear. We encourage new speakers as well to fill out this form, and we'll do everything that we can to help you present your first session on this community call. Over to David.
Yes, thank you, Gary. So Friends Sharing is Caring is still active and alive and well. And if you're unfamiliar with it, what is it? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is hands-on live guidance in the community. So that means, like, if you want to contribute to some of the samples that you're going to hear all about today, but you're like, I don't know about that GitHub place. That's a confusing labyrinth of confusion, right? Well, don't worry. These sessions are live. They're hands-on. They're going to demystify and walk you through how to accomplish things like a pull request. Well, what is a pull request? It is how you make a contribution. It is a safe space, which means we do not record it. that means you can ask any and all questions without that fear of, well, no one else is asking the question. So is it a dumb question? If it's a dumb question, I don't want to ask it and go on record. Nope. We all are always afraid to ask those questions when things are recorded, but fear not. It is a place to collaborate and learn with other members of the community. So we're getting it scheduled. The next session, we had one just a week or two ago, just some vacations we're trying to schedule around, get everybody involved. So we appreciate your patience. We'll let you know as soon as the next one is available. You can find it at aka.ms/sharing is caring. And then, of course, once you do contribute, our community recognition program is there to recognize you. All these cool badges that you've been seeing everybody share, absolutely available to each and every one of you if you've not gotten them yet. So we're getting ready to enter, we left behind Star Wars season, we're getting ready to enter the superhero season. So here comes the Porcupine Rises. That's right, we've got 5 new badges that are fun, but they are official and accredited. And in fact, we have been labeled a best-in-class community recognition program by Credly. So we're excited to share that out. They just published it this week, an article and a video about the community recognition program. And it's only because of all the amazing adoption and contributions that you've all made that has made it successful. So thank you. We'll be sharing that out soon. We'd love to have you opt in for being recognized. You can do that at ak.ms/community/recognition. Absolutely no cost. We cover the cost for you. So please opt in. You only need to do it once. So if you've already done it, don't worry about it. We got you. And we look forward to seeing some of those new badges coming out soon. It's just working on them this morning. So Gary, back to you.
Awesome. That's great, David. Great to hear that we're being recognized as a community. We always hear best community in tech, right? But there's the backup. Exactly. Brilliant. Okay, let's dive into open source projects. So first of all, we have Adam to cover the blog.
Okay, so this time we have 2 new blog posts on our blog. The first one is about comparing some tooling you can use in SPFx development, like using CLI or SPFx toolkit or GitHub Copilot chat, so some AI LM capabilities, and this one was published by Sandeep. And the other one is about earning your first Microsoft 365 community badge, so those badges that were just mentioned, and we are the best community that leverages this. So there's a blog post how to go about it, step by step, done by Diego. If you want to contribute, we are more than welcome to do so. Just visit our blog and open up a pull request with the content you want to share, and if you do so, you can get a blog author badge. Okay, happy blogging, I guess, everybody. Back to you, Gary.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, so if you are using AI in your work, you're using Microsoft 365 Copilot, you're prompting, you've got your own prompts, making yourself really productive, then we want to know what those prompts are, because we want you to share them with the rest of the community. And so you can show all the different ways in which you can use Microsoft 365 Copilot. So if you have a prompt and you want to share that with us, go to aka.ms/pmp-prompt-library. You get to the GitHub repository, open a pull request, and submit your prompt. Just like Gaurav did. So Gaurav Bagora submitted this prompt to provide a detailed summary of his productivity across all his different engagements, and to use the capabilities of Microsoft 365, all the data sources it's got available to it, to basically provide a highlight of his performance productivity for that period of time. Okay, let's move on to PMP.js. Julie.
Hey, thanks. So version 4.15 will be released next week. We do have some updates for it, package and documentation updates. We always do. There is a minor fix to the add copy from content type hub endpoint. The correct content type was not being returned, and we were having a problem with the JSON header parse command, so that got fixed, and so now that endpoint is working a little bit better. There is also another small fix for the file upload using chunks. Essentially what this boils right down to is that if you're using the endpoint to add a file using chunks and it's a small file, you really shouldn't be using that. You shouldn't be using that endpoint. Essentially, anything 10 megabytes or bigger should be added using 10 gigabytes or bigger should be added using the chunks method. Otherwise, you can just use the normal file upload. So you can see all that in the documentation, but that fix was made. But we will be sort of deprecating the support for small file upload using the chunks endpoint in V5. And there's also some documentation update for a soft deprecation for the send email utility, which will be deprecated in version 5 as it's no longer supported. And I think that's it. So other than watching those nightly builds for any PRs that are merged in, you can test them ahead of time before the actual release. I think we are just waiting for all our version 5 updates to get completed. And so that is all I have for today. Back to you, Gary.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. Moving on to CLI for Microsoft 365. So we have a new release, version 10.9. Just the one command in this release, which is a Viva Engage command to remove a community. So if you want to get this version and run it on your machine, just use the @latest tag. If you're using the Docker container as well, you can use the latest tag there to get this version. If you want to get involved in the CLI for Microsoft 365 community, then check out the CLI for Microsoft 365 Discord server, and you can join that if you go to ak.ms/CLI-M365/Discord. Now, this has been a short release this month because we have something really incredible to announce. The CLI for Microsoft 365 MCP server. So this is a way of using GitHub Copilot to manage your tenant in natural language through the CLI commands. This means that you can execute up to 860 different commands using natural language. And it's not just limited to a single API. CLI for Microsoft 365 uses Graph, it uses SharePoint APIs, Yammer APIs, Power Platform APIs as well. So you get a whole breadth of actions now in GitHub Copilot or any other client that supports MCP servers as well. So if you're interested in checking this out, go to the repo github.com/pmp/CLI-M365-MCP-server. You can get the npm package as well, download that, configure it all into your MCP client, and use it as well. So we're super excited about this release. If you're using it, please let us know if there's anything that we can do, extend it, or if you want to contribute it as well, please get in touch with us. New release for Dev Proxy. So we are marching towards a V1 release. So we are doing beta releases at the moment. And in the latest beta release that we literally just pushed before this call, we've got two interesting new features. We've added a new plugin called the Language Model Failure plugin. And this is to inject failure into your LLM responses, and not just failures like API failures, which you have 429s, things like that. No, this is context failure. So this is actually, we're going to inject some failure to force the LLM to hallucinate so that you can test those scenarios. Super interesting. We're really excited to see what people are going to do with this as well for testing their AI systems. We've also got a new report that we can generate. So we've previously been able to do cost analysis of the request that you send to LLMs. Now we have a report as well. So you'll be able to get a markdown report and use that information for further analysis. A few other updates as well. You can now generate mocks from HTTP responses. We've updated made improvements to the DevTools plugin, which is using the Chrome DevTools to inspect requests that go through proxies. And now we support streaming in there as well. Ignoring the response types when generating your open API specs through Dev Proxy. And we have now got some extra tools as well that you can use with Dev Proxy. We have an organization for it on GitHub now. So if you want to see all of the different things that you can use with DevProxy, go to the DevProxy Tools organization and we'll start a collection in there. One of the new things that we've just added is GitHub Actions. So we now have DevProxy GitHub Actions so that you can use DevProxy in your pipelines. And we also have a Playwright web app sample as well, where you can use DevProxy to mock API calls, introduce latency into your requests as well. Super cool, interesting. Again, if you're interested, please let us know in the feedback. We're wanting to iterate on these things as well. So get in touch and we'll certainly help you and work on things. We've also got DevProxy Toolkit latest release as well. You've now got VS Code tasks in there to integrate DevProxy into your workflows, like the F5 workflows, and we also have our very own MCP server as well. And like I mentioned, to wrap up, we are working towards V1. It's going to be due soon. It's end of the month, maybe start of next month, but we are close to having our first major release. Over to Alex for the reusable SPFx controls.
Thank you, Gary. So nothing actually new. We are still on version 3.21 for React controls and 3.24 for property controls. We have a lot of contributions that we need to process and actually release the new versions. As usual, thank you to all the contributors. Please go create new PRs, fix issues, or just create issues that we can fix afterwards. Thank you for your contributions, and back to you, Gary.
Thank you, Alex. And then back to Adam for the SharePoint Framework Toolkit.
Yes, so we still are on the latest minor release 4.8, and we are not planning any new beta or minor releases for the next couple of weeks due to some also technical issues, but we leverage this as an opportunity to stabilize the product, improve, refactor, and work on our documentation, because SPFx Toolkit was so booming with features for the last couple of months. We will need to catch up and get those documentation done and examples and examples. We already got some feedback that there's already so much in this product, and we need better guidance how you can use it to leverage for your workflow. So this is what we'll be focusing as of now, and this is our priority. We are also preparing for our next milestone, which is adding support for all, even really old SPFx versions, and getting ready for the, I hope, soonly release new version of SPFx 1.22, where the toolchain is kind of refactored, and there will be no more go tasks, but we'll be using primary heft. So SPFx Toolkit is going to be prepped for this as well. If you're doing any kind of SPFx development, be sure to use this tool, because this is the primary, in my opinion, primary tool that will help you significantly in your every task related to SPFx development. And happy coding, everybody. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you, Adam. And then over to David.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. So Hugo and Derek and Anoop are all busy working on some stuff. So for SPFx samples, they are processing these. We appreciate their efforts. No new samples to identify right now, but they are going to PRs, so we appreciate everybody. Don't hesitate to keep adding them. We'll get them processed, and we appreciate all that. So same thing here for SPFx extensions, samples, web parts, and ACEs. And of course, there is dedicated badges, everybody. So don't hesitate to get opted in for that recognition program as well. We want to make sure that you're being recognized for that, and we'll try to flag you if you're not. Gary, back to you, and then I guess boomerang back to me.
Boomerang back to you, right back at
That's right. It is picture time, everybody. So get those fantastic faces ready. Let me share the screen. We already got together mode on, so I can do that and do this and move this over here and shrink chat. All right. We got plenty of, we got 2 demos today, so we're doing good on time. I think the interwebs are a little bit trying to figure things out. All right. Excellent. There, Adam. Nice, Zhao. Great to see everybody. All right, I'll get the high five going on there. Whoa, yeah, excellent, awesome. Okay, we'll give it just another second. Man, we all look like we're in the community protection agency here. It's all pixel. Oh, there we go. It's starting to clean up. Okay, all right, we'll give it just a couple more seconds. I know Team's been late. And somebody down on the bottom. Who is that? I'm in. He has shrunk himself. Like, honey, I shrunk. Oh, there he goes. He grew up. Teams has the way of doing that. That's funny. Okay. All right. Let's give it a 3-second countdown, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Let's wait to the community show how awesome you are. Again, thank you all for everything you're doing in the community. Samples and contributions and presentations. We would not be labeled something like best in class without all the passion and work that you all commit to this community each and every single day. So we cannot say thank you enough. Excellent. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. Gary, back to you.
Thank you. All right, let's get my screen back. There we go. Okay, so now onto the, whoops. Let's go back one. Back one. There you go. Okay, so starting with our demos. So first up, we have Swami building inspiring and engaging experiences in SharePoint intranets with SharePoint Framework. Swami, over to you.
All right, thank you, Gary. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you all can see it.
It's coming through now, I think. Yep, all good. Take it away.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you, everyone. Welcome to this session. So in this session, we are going to talk about how we can build inspiring and engaging experiences in SharePoint in terms of intranet with the SharePoint framework, and whatever the tools available from the Microsoft, the PNP.js team, how we can utilize them and build awesome interfaces as a part of custom development that we are going to see that one. And this is also a part of a project that I have submitted for the SharePoint Hackathon 2025. So just FYI, this is not for any real client. This is something that I built a realistic client, taking in mind that we have the NPO and NGO kind of thing. So for this, I have built this one. So before starting this, just quick about me. So I'm Swami. I'm a SharePoint and a Power Platform developer based in India. So you can find me on LinkedIn. I have also put my usernames, and all these usernames are same for all the social platforms. I also make a YouTube contents on SharePoint Framework, Microsoft Copilot, and Power Platform. Then let's talk about the agenda. So the first, we'll see the quick intro to the project. Then we are going to take a look at what are the possibilities with SPFx and SharePoint, overview of the custom web pages that I have created for this demo, and we'll directly jump into the SharePoint site that I have created. So the project intro was this internet was built as a part of the NGO organization. It is designed to promote eco-awareness. So basically, it's kind of engagement as part of internet. You want your users to engage with it, right? Then recognize efforts within the organization, because if you are building internet, there is two-way talking, right? Because that's not a one-way thing. You should share the information with people and people interact with it, and also encourage people to participate. So how we can encourage them in terms of, we have the events, we can ask them to join that one. Then we also have the feedback kind of thing. In that way, people can directly engage with your intranets. Then what are the possibilities with SPFx? Because you already know there are lots of tools available from Microsoft. We call them out-of-the-box web parts. But in terms of SPFx, it enables us the fully customizable UI component that we can design it in our own way. We can use any third-party library. We can add animations. We can add user experience magics to it. It also integrates with the Microsoft Graph API, because a Graph API is something that user have the access, like it's run behalf of the context of the user. So using the Graph API, you can build a web parts that can be fully customizable and personalized to the user. You can show their events from their Outlook. You can show their emails. What are the tasks from the planner? You can show it on the web part. Reusability and personalization is something really important here, because as part of the custom component, you should have all the access to whoever the authorized person was. So using property pane, users can easily manage to change the property of our web parts. And also we can add a little bit of magic of the AI. So you can use the ChatGPT API or any Google Gemini API to integrate with the SPFx. So this part also I'm going to show you like how I created a web part using the AI for one web section. These are the web parts that I have built. So these are just the list, and we can directly jump into the demo. So you can see we have the banner, the component, key resources. So basically those are the quick links, latest news and initiative. Obviously, every organization have them for employees. So you should always have the news and initiative to share with your employees. Then events are something like currently happening in the organizations. Then there are some forms. Then champions of change is something to have the component where people can share their kudos, appreciations to their peoples. Ideas pool is something where employees will suggest their idea if they would like to have something done in the organization. They have any idea regarding any process, they can share it there and user can upload there. Just basically like a Stack Overflow, we have the question, we have the answers, users can upload it, and based on that, the idea will go up top and bottom. Then we have the metrics. So this is the simple kind of thing where we can just show like the metrics kind of thing. Then feedback is something really important because it is not the thing like you build the intranet and that you are going to use in a lifetime. That's not the case. You have to get the real feedback from the users who are actually using it. You have to work on them and then you can improve it. And then we can just go into the demo. So this is the homepage that I have built. So basically, as you can see, all the components are here. FYI, like whatever the components I'm using here, the backend is completely a SharePoint list and the graph API basically. Except this, I did not use anything here. So here, as you can see, this is the banner component where we can show the important information we can share onto an employee. If there is any major updates or notice you would like to share, you can have this kind of view. To make it more user experience and UI kind of thing, you have seen that I did not use the images practically. I use the illustrations kind of thing. So that gives a basically a rich and cool format for this. Then we have the key resources. So as you can see, these are the nothing but the quick links. But yes, we can. This is a fully customized, and we have our own UI where we have some glassy interface kind of thing. And when we hover over them, those are the little bit of animation that I have added. And we have the latest news and initiatives. So basically, these are the news component. Data is from the SharePoint list, and whatever the information is here, like the title of the news, image of it, and the information, I have added in a SharePoint list. So on the user interface, user will see the read more button. When they click on it, that will be tagged to the news. Also, I'm showing the timer. So this is a part of user experience kind of thing because whenever you see any lots of news article, there are timer like how much time you will need to require to read the news, right? In the MS Learn article as also, you have the timeline at the top. So that kind of thing I have managed to put here. So based on the words, it will auto calculate dynamically. Also, in terms of user engagement, what I did is every news article, there is an option where user can like and like it. So if I can click here, then the count will increase, and if I dislike it, the count will decrease. So basically, this is for all the users. We'll have this carousel kind of thing. So where the title stays on the left and this section only changes. Then we have the upcoming eco events. So this is the events web part I have built where you can see everything in a one place. So categories. So user can directly filter out all the events using these categories. They have the calendar in this place only. So they don't have to go to any other page to filter it out. So I can, by default, it will be a 14 days. So from today's date to next 14 days, the days will be selected. And according to that, this event will appear here. If they would like to change the date, they can just change it and the data will format accordingly. Also, they can choose a specific category they would like to show this. Also, this is in the SharePoint list, but what if user wants to attend this or make a RSVP to this? So what I did is integrated a graph API. So where users can click on the add to calendar button and this event will directly add it to their Outlook calendar where they can directly see that. Then we have the form section. Basically, forms are important documents, we can say. In terms of the NP organization, there are lots of volunteer activities taking place. There are lots of events we have and the opportunities. So basically, this we are taking it from the document library, and we have the form title, redirect URL that will take you to directly that form, and the description of the form. Champions of Change is employee appreciation platform where I have just added employee details here, where we can see the person name and whatever the message that we have gave to them, it will be shown here. Also, in terms of engagement, people can react to it. Currently, I've added just one reaction here, but yes, we can have it multiple ones where user can just like run like that one. Then we have the ideas pool. So this is the place where people can submit their ideas. So as I told you, like this is the platform where user can actually interact with your intranet. So if they have any idea, they can just submit their idea and that will start appearing right here. Other people will also show like what is the idea that shared by other people, and they can just upvote it. So as you can see, this is the data that I have added. But yes, this is something like people can also see if there are multiple people are submitting their ideas, and we can upvote it using this one. If I click on it, the mark will goes, and based on the count, it will auto shuffle the sequence. So as you can see, the most upvoted idea will be on left and going on so far to the up to right. Now, brain tips is something like just a few notice we can say, where I have just added in terms of the environmental conservation. These are the tips that I have added. Metrics, as we saw, this is something like tree planted in here, then water saved. This can be anything. This is completely customizable from property pen. So there are currently 3 but yes, we can plan a carousel to have a multiple metrics to show here. Then we have the feedback. Now this is the place where people can actually submit their feedback regarding the intranet experience. So anyone can submit their feedback and that will right away send an email, or we can add it in a SharePoint list. Then there's a section called mission and vision. Now this is something every organization have on their website, but not every employee will know it. So what we can do, that's an idea, like we can just integrate in our intranet so that people will know like what is our mission and vision and what's the goal of the company going forward. And we have the meet our eco champions. So this is nothing but meet the team actually. And here, as you can see, we have the out of the box one, the people picker component, just to redesign in something demoable way to match the theme with the existing intranet, where we have the image of the person, name, and their job title. So currently I have taken multiple columns in a list, but yes, in our in the real internet case, we can just have a people picker to automatically fetch the data from the Azure Ready. Now, the last one is about what our user thinks about intranet. Now, as you can see, this analyzing part. So actually there was an issue in the API. So that's why it's not loading, but I'll just give a heads up here. So what I did is use the Google Gemini API here to, when users submit the feedback, it will go into SharePoint list. Now, what if we want to show the feedback, like what other people think about internet, because there's not a case like there will be only positive feedback. There are some improvement always, right? So just people can say mixed feedback, and Google Gemini key, what it will do, it will just fetch the data, like 14 days data, we can pass it to it and just ask him to summarize it. But obviously, this is completely depend on your organization policies, because there are some risks, as you can, as you know. But just to show how we can build a AI or use the AI in our internet, this is something what we can do. Now, as you can see, like this is a completely different web parts I have built in the SPFx, and whatever the functions and whatever the theme I use completely in CSS and little bit of ChatGPT, obviously. And this is something I wanted to show you and submitted for my SharePoint hackathon entry. So if you have any questions in between, you can just drop it in a chat, and I'll happy to answer that after this session. So that's it from my side, David. Handing over to you.
Awesome demo, that's what I mean. So just to kind of recap, so this was part of the SharePoint hackathon, right? So this is available. You posted this on GitHub, and I think David has put the links in the chat as well. So yeah, thank you for first of all joining in the hackathon and sharing this. It looks absolutely incredible. The styling of it's lovely, some great functionality as well. So yeah, great example of how to use SharePoint framework there for building your intranets. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to our next demo. We're really good for time. So let's hand over to Sudharsan for building enhanced quick links experiences with SharePoint Framework.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Let me share my screen.
Sure, yeah. That's coming through.
Okay.
Take it away.
Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to show you a modern quick links web part which I built for one of my clients. So it is not the replacement of existing quick links. It's enhanced experience, focusing on some of the limitations on the existing quick links. So a small introduction about me. So I'm on Microsoft MVP since 2020. And I'm specialized in SharePoint and Power Platform. I am working as a solution architect at Entity Data based in Singapore. I am a blogger, gamer, and a father of 2 kids. So these are all my social links where you can connect me in. And this is my blog site. So why this modern quick links? So we already have existing quick links. So why we need to go for this enhanced experience? So if you see the existing quick links, they have their own limitations, like the managing the links, building a conditional links, permissions, and even if you want to edit the links, right, you have to edit the page and edit the links one by one. So sometimes there could be a separate group of content editors where the permissions are allocated only to those people who can edit the page. The end user cannot edit it. But what if they want their own links, own favorites to be maintained so that they can access the global links as well as their own favorite links in one location? So these are all some of the features and some of the limitations on the existing quick links. So some of the features on the modern quick links is it supports flexible canvas. So based on the canvas size, it's realigned its structure. It's also support full bleed support. So since I have displayed the quick links from the SharePoint list, so I have also provided a form for easy link maintenance instead of navigating to the list. And as I already mentioned, organization can add common links which could be available for all the users in the organization, and each individual users can also add their own links and have plenty of web part properties to configure, which I'll be showing it in the demo. And catch. So I have implemented catch. For example, in the global links, the organization links, it could be rare they could change the links. So in that case, each and every time when the page loads, it is not necessary to load everything from the SharePoint list. So maybe we can catch it for a few minutes and then we can show it from the catch. So that is one of the feature. And the next is search, filter, and sorting based on the web part properties and reusability. So in case if you want to use the existing quick links, right, you cannot copy or you have to create the new things. But here, once you added in the list, right, you can reuse the same list, filter it. For example, you have 10 to 20 links, but you have to show only a part of the links in one page and a specific part of the links in other page. So there are some filters which are available in the web part properties. So it will be easy to maintain one list, but you can differentiate the links in different pages. So these are all the features that are available. So NPM module, some technical stuff. So fully for the SharePoint transactions, I have used PNP JS, Fluent UI, Lodash Moment.js, and for pagination, React.js. And for navigation, I am using SPFx navigation. So let us move on to the demo. So before going into the demo, I have just published this modern quick links in the app source with kind of a license. Maybe you guys can go and look at it. And I have also created a blog with the full-fledged features. So I have explained each and every individual features with the screenshots, And also I'm planning to release a video on this quick links. So now let us jump on the demo. So this is where I have deployed my quick links, where you can see it supports full bleed. So currently I haven't used the full bleed, but if you see, it also supports the theme colors and the theme variants, the section backend, the section backend support. And I have provided different layouts like tiles, buttons, compact, and the card layout. You can see it here. And if you see here, so these are all some of the links which I said it's an organizational links where you can see the edit button and the delete button. But here, these are all the user maintained links. So when I logged into this site, I can see my own links up in addition to the organizational link. So it's a one location where you can see all the links. And these are all different designs. So now let us move on to the properties where I have designed. So first is title, and you can choose layout option. So I have given 4 different options. For the tiles, you can choose medium, large, and based on it, and based on the section width, it will automatically align whether it has to be displayed in a 2 or 3 columns or a single column. And free flow is something where there won't be any scrolls or paging added. So once you remove the free flow, you can set the height. So once you set the height, if the links are more, then there will be a scroll bars. So this is a free flow. And the color settings is something which, so for the use individual tile colors means in case if you want to highlight a particular link to the users, so you can select individual colors. So once you enable this individual colors, there will be an icon. So once you click on this icon, you can select the background color icon or the text color, overflow font color. So different options, so different coloring options. So this feature is available only for the organizational links. And in case if you want to use the theme colors, if the custom colors are not set, it will automatically pick the theme colors. And so for example, if I don't want to use the theme colors, then automatically whatever the colors you have configured, it will automatically choose the configured colors. So I'll go on with the theme colors. And next is search. So you can show the search bar below the title, or if you want to shift the search bar, if you want to place the search bar at the top, you can just show it here. So automatically the search bar will shift to the top. And so if you want to search, display the search bar here, there will be an add icon if the user management links are enabled, and you can move the search left, center, or to the right position, and you can also set the width. This enable keyword search is something where if you enable the keyword enterprise metadata settings for the list, then automatically if you enable this and provide the field name, automatically the search will work with the field. So currently the search will work with the title, description, and the link. And once you enable this keyword, then it will also work with the keyword search. Next is, this is where you can select the list. So when you add the web part for the first time, it will give you a provision to create the list. So later on, if you want to create another list, you can use the settings and then you can create the list. So once you can create the list, you have to map the list. This is a global launchpad where it is an organizational level links where you can choose here. And if you want to enable the users, then you can choose here. So 2 lists are separate. So like I mentioned, you can have one list and then you can categorize it. So you can use the filters. So for example, if I want to filter using keywords contain only the specific value. So once you save it and then apply, only the link with the filters alone will be displayed. So if you don't want the filters, just remove it. And fast loading is nothing but caching. So once you enable fast loading and then refresh the page, automatically the links will be added to the cache. And then for a few minutes, it will be loaded from the cache, avoiding the frequent transaction to SharePoint. And you can decide sorting by the fields. These are all the fields that are available for sorting. And this information icon is something that if you want to show some description for this icon, right? So for example, here, if you click on it, you can show a detailed text of this link in an information. Okay. And enable manage links is something where, so here, once the user's links are enabled, right? So you can select how many links they can add. So based on that, the users are allowed to add their own links. So when they click on this add new link, so they can give a title, URL, description, and sequence. And if they want to open in a new window, you can choose this, and whether to choose an icon or image. So if it is icon, so you can choose any icon from the list provided here, or if it is an image, you can select the image where whether from a stock image, OneDrive or site, or you can even upload your own file, or you can even display from a link. So these are all the things you can add it. And when you edit it, it will not refresh the page. It will automatically update. So for example, if I save this and then if I save it, it will automatically update. The icon is updated. And so this is the enable manage links is displaying the icon here, which will allow you to manage all the user links in one place. So you can even delete it. You can edit it from here. Instead of clicking edit on each individual links, you can search for your links and then you can edit it. You can make it as I'm planning to implement active or inactive so that only the active links can be displayed here. So these are all the properties available for this modern quick links. So I hope you guys like this. So that's it from my side. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you very much, Sudharsan. Yeah, great demo. I love what you've done there. Great that you've looked at what you get out of the box and then just extended that as well, adding new features and obviously using SharePoint Framework to do that. So yeah, great job. Thank you very much for sharing that with us today. Okay, so that's the two demos. So we will wrap up early, but before you go, we would like to know your feedback. Good, bad, whatever you want to see certain things. Please let us know. Fill out the form aka.ms/community/calls/feedback. And yeah, we would love to hear from you. If you're interested in joining the official Discord server for this community, maybe you're on Discord. I heard we had gamers in the room, so if you're a gamer, you're going to be on Discord. Why not join the community as well when you're gaming? If you go to aka.ms/community/discord, you will get the invite link and be able to join in the community and discuss all of the different topics that we talk about in the M365 community. And finally, thank you everyone for attending today. The recording of this call will be available in 24 hours, and that will be on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. So if you go to aka.ms/community/YouTube, you will get to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. You'll get notifications of all the new videos, the individual demo recordings that will be appearing on that channel as well. If you are on socials, you're on Twitter, X, Blue Sky, or LinkedIn, we have our social channels on there. Please do give us a follow on there and engage with the community. The next Viva Connections and SharePoint Framework call will be on the July the 24th, and the next M365 and Power Platform call will be July the 17th. As always, all the information about the community calls is available from aka.ms/community/calls. calls. So if you need to get to any of the events, the calendar invites, just go to that one link. And with that, I'd like to say thank you as well. Hope you have a good day and rest of the week. Thank you. Bye-bye.